Let's start with Bradley, just a regular guy towing a car to the shop, thinking it was just another normal day at work. But when his boss showed up outside with the kind of body language that screams bad news, Bradley's instincts kicked in. Spoiler alert, he was right. The boss, blaming the economy like it was the villain in a low-budget film, handed him the pink slip. After packing up his stuff faster than a reality show contestant, Bradley went home, only to find his wife, Lauren, whispering on the phone inside the car. Bradley, with all the subtlety of a wrecking ball, confronted her and spotted a suspicious lipstick mark on her neck. And that's when things went south. Let's just say the car's rearview mirror didn't survive the interrogation. And if you want to survive today, I kindly ask you to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Remember, it's just a joke, but seriously, subscribe and leave a like on the video. It will help me a lot. After cooling down with a little casual car destruction, Bradley had a frank conversation with Lauren. He found out she'd been cheating on him for 3 months because, well, miscarriages and absent husbands make for a dangerous combination. To everyone's surprise, the couple decided to give it another shot because, hey, nothing says let's rekindle the love like a cheating scandal. Bradley, needing cash fast, planned to start working as a drug courier. Lauren, of course, wasn't too thrilled, but Bradley, in full action hero mode, dove headfirst into the underworld. Fast forward 8 months, and the couple was living the high life, both literally and figuratively, while awaiting their second child. Just when Bradley thought everything was going smoothly, his boss, Gil, introduced him to Eliezer, a Mexican drug lord with henchmen who looked like they stepped out of a bodybuilding competition. These guys were supposed to help Bradley with his next mission. However, Bradley soon realized that Roman, one of Eliezer's men, was probably sampling the merchandise. The smart move? Refuse Eliezer's plan. But, of course, Gil sweetened the deal by promising Bradley 3 months off as soon as the baby arrived. Ever the pragmatist, Bradley accepted, with one condition: he would lead the operation. And so, Bradley found himself on a nighttime adventure at sea, retrieving drugs from the ocean like a pirate on a treasure hunt. Things went downhill when Bradley, noticing the cops were onto them, ordered Roman and Pedro to dump the drugs into the sea. Naturally, they disagreed, because who likes losing their paycheck? A fight broke out, but by the time they reached the dock, the police were already waiting. Roman and Pedro started a shootout with the cops, while Bradley, in a stroke of genius, pretended to be an innocent bystander and even helped the police. But his innocence didn't last long. He soon shot Roman, and the cover was blown. Bradley ended up cuffed, and with a 7-year sentence for murder and illegal possession of firearms, he was headed straight to prison. In prison, Bradley's new life began, and the prison guard wasted no time reprimanding him for sleeping through roll call. Meanwhile, on the outside, Lauren had her own problems, namely, getting kidnapped by an intruder armed with a taser. Bradley, on the other hand, was trying to adapt to his new routine behind bars, including a surprise visit from an obstetrician. Apparently, Lauren's pregnancy was having complications, and Bradley found himself juggling drug deals, prison life, and pregnancy drama like some kind of action soap opera. One thing I definitely wouldn't do in this story is destroy my wife's car. Let's face it, that's just asking for more trouble. What I would do? Probably avoid trusting a drugged-up henchman on a drug mission. One curious point in the story is how Bradley, despite being deep in the underworld, manages to keep a cool head in moments of crisis, at least until he starts shooting people. Did you know that Vince Vaughn, famous for his roles in comedies, had to train in boxing and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu for 3 months for his role in this movie? And judging by the result, it paid off big time. But back to the movie. The next day, Bradley, with all his luck, bumped into Dr. Pellman at the prison reception. Of course, the doctor wasn't just any regular guy but a henchman for a major crime boss who was there to deliver some bad news. His boss had lost $3.2 million in a failed drug deal. To make matters worse, Pellman showed a photo of Lauren tied to a chair, eyes closed, looking like she was taking a nap. If Bradley didn't agree to Eliza's plan, Lauren would lose the baby. A real do-this-or-the-pregnancy's-over situation. So, our hero, with a brilliant revenge plan in mind, was tasked with taking out Christopher Bridge, a prisoner serving life. But, of course, nothing is simple. Christopher was in a different prison, the notorious Block 99, the prison equivalent of hardcore mode in any video game. After his meeting with Dr. Pellman, Bradley decided the best way to get transferred was to start a fight with his cellmate, Andre, using his shoes as weapons of mass destruction. Mission accomplished, pure chaos, guards tasering him in the end, and boom, his destination was set for the infamous Block 99. When he finally arrived at the maximum security prison, Bradley was taken to the filthiest, smelliest cell possible. The place looked like it had been decorated by a rebellious pig. He even took off his shirt to cover his nose from the stench. What luxury! After taking a moment to breathe, Bradley made some new friends in prison, one of them being a teenager named Derek, who, to Bradley's dismay, had no idea who this Christopher Bridge was. When Bradley tried to talk to more inmates, chaos erupted again. And wouldn't you know it, another brawl, warning shots, and Bradley knocked out, only to wake up in Block 99, with the added bonus of an electric shield. Now, for the big reveal, Christopher Bridge didn't exist. The whole plan was just a trap to bring Bradley to Block 99 and torture him for Eliza, the drug lord who lost the $3.2 million. Dr. Pellman and Eliza had set up a masterful trap. Bradley was being tortured not only for his life choices but also for his terrible choice in friends. It all culminated with a photo of his wife, Lauren, tied up and looking weak, adding emotional weight to the torture. Here's what I definitely wouldn't do: fight half the prison like I'm in an action movie. It's clearly an invitation for more trouble. What would I do? I'd try a plan that's a little less destructive. But what's interesting here is how Bradley, even knowing the tragic end awaiting him, still fought with everything he had, showing that when it comes to protecting the ones he loves, he was willing to go all the way. And speaking of that, Vince Vaughn also trained in boxing for 3 months for the fight scenes. Who would have thought the rom-com guy had so many punches up his sleeve? Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and leave a like on the video, and check out these 2 other videos on the channel. I guarantee you'll love them. See you next time.
And I gotta tell you, it was perfect. Perfect.